it's Jessica with Chapter Chicks, and today I'm here to talk about my Bout of Books 11.0 experience. So, first of all, I just want to say that I had a lot of fun doing this book-a-thon. It's the first one I've ever participated in, and I know I look a hot mess right now, but it's clean and dead. I'm just stopping really fast to make this video, but I had a lot of fun. It was really challenging. I only read 4 books, and technically I didn't get the 4th book in time, but I was only like 50 to 70 pages away, and I had to start school the next morning, so I couldn't stay up late reading. But I did finish it that very next day, so I'm still just going to count it. I don't care what you guys think. I'm going to count it, because I've read so many books for me lately in the month of August. I am at 10 now, so suck it. So I'm kind of going to be doing this mashup review style. I saw Bookables do this, and then actually Stacy came to me without even seeing anybody doing it, saying that she thought it would be a really good idea to do mashup book reviews. The Bookables is the first person I saw do this. I know a couple other people might be doing this now that I've seen more about, been paying more attention to what's going on in BookTube. But it is something that Stacy suggested that we start, and I think it's a pretty good idea because really, after you read so many books, you kind of run out of ridiculously unique things to say about each one, and it kind of gets repetitive. So this way, you're just kind of getting in, ba-boom, 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 done. This is the books, this is what I thought about them, and that's that. Take it or leave it. So that's kind of how I'm going to be doing this, and I'm going to see how I like actually doing it rather than just the concept of it. And once again, I'm just talking way too much. I just have so much to say to you guys. I just want to talk. Let's be best friends forever. So the first thing that I read in the Bout of Books 11.0 was City of Heavenly Fire. This is the final book in the Mortal Instruments series by Cassandra Clare. I know she's doing the next one, the next series or whatever. That's about Emma Carstairs, and she has the Infernal Devices, which I've read and finished. But this is my Jason Clary. This is the series I have a tattoo from. This is the one that I love. And while the other one, the Infernal Devices, is just as fantastic, and probably another one of my huge favorites. I don't know which one I actually technically like more, but I had to say goodbye, and I know they'll be in the next one, guys. I know, you don't have to tell me, but this is still the last one about them, and it hurt. I gave this book 5 stars, obviously. What else would I give it? I found that it did lack some of the excitement and foreshadowing that is so common in Cassandra Clare's work. She's such a brilliant author, but that's because she had to wrap up some stuff, okay? She had to close off some loose ends. The only loose end she did not close was the giant gaping hole in my heart. I just want to say, and I want you guys to tell me if you did this too so I'm not crazy, I ugly sobbed the last 200 pages at least of this book. Like, I was sitting there, I'm supposed to be a parent, like I'm supposed to be doing stuff. I got kid things to take care of. And she was just wandering around like, what are you doing, Mommy? Because I could not put this book down. And I was just sitting there like, and I just could not stop crying. I mean, even when things weren't going bad and even when things were going right, I was still sobbing. It's because it's over. And it's like, this is another book series that is just over. Why do you keep doing this to me? But I will say that it is everything I could have hoped for Clary and Jace's finale. So, Simon and Magnus, of course, will always do that. So, just love this book. The next thing I read in the Bout of Books 11.0 was The Maze Runner by James Dashner. I have not been able to pick this book up, and it's been on my shelves for forever. I gave this book a 3-star, which now that I'm looking back on it, I think I would rather bump it up to a 4-star actually, just because it was really, really good, and I didn't expect it to be this good. I didn't fall in love with the book right away just because it's so confusing, and they don't answer anything, and it's really frustrating to read that. But it's because it's frustrating for the main character to not understand anything as well, and once you kind of get that, and even though I got it while I was reading it, it took me a while to get into it, but once I did, I loved it. One thing I don't know if I liked it or disliked it, but it had a very dark, heavy feeling the entire time I was reading it. Like, normally when I read YA, there's always this hint of light, happiness, and sunshine, and rainbows, and sparkles, and this one was not. It had a thick consistency, and I don't really know how to describe that. I don't really know what that means, but it definitely had a thick consistency the entire time I was reading it. Like, I would look up from reading it like, is the world still out there? But I do want to say that the very shallow description on the back is awful. Don't even read it. It doesn't tell you anything important. It doesn't tell you anything realistic as to what is actually happening in the book. It makes it sound so YA, it makes it sound so shallow. Just don't. The next thing I read is Hunger by Jackie Morse Kessler. I gave this a 2 stars. It's about a girl who is anorexic who becomes a horseman of the apocalypse, and it just fell really short for me. I felt like this could have been such a kick-ass series. I mean, you watch Supernatural? I know a lot of you guys watch Supernatural. We're the fandoms. We got the fandom thing going on. So, you guys see Supernatural. A little bit of a spoiler alert if you're not to like season 6. Horsemen of the Apocalypse. Okay, that is kick butt. And it's just like, they could have done so much more with the Horsemen of the Apocalypse. That being said, I think that the theme behind this book was fantastic. It was amazing. As a teenage girl myself at one point, I totally understand the feeling of it, where you're looking in the mirror, you're not liking what you're seeing, and you're saying, hey, I'm going to skip a meal so I like what I see a little bit better. But fortunately for me, I never had this happen. I never had the disease of anorexia or bulimia or anything like that. But it's a disease that affects so many girls out there, and it's so sad that they feel this way about themselves. And this book addresses that very well. Other than that, I felt like it was a student film, basically. It was an under-budgeted student film where all of the premise was there, all of the ideas were there. It just was executed very poorly. And I'm really disappointed because I thought I was going to like the series. Here's Figaro, 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 Figaro. Poor baby. This is my kitten, Figaro. Say hello. Say, I'm Figaro. Say, Emma won't let Mommy name me Grim. I want to name her Grim from the Iron Face series. And Emma won't let me. She says, no, Mommy. Figaro. Flat Stacy. The final book that I read in the Bout of Books 11.0, because even though it was a little bit late, I still finished it relatively closely. So, that is Dark Companion by Marta Acosta. I gave this book 3 stars. I did enjoy it. This was like the exact opposite for me of Hunger, because it had a good plot, it had good characters, it had a quick movement, but something just wasn't there for me while I was reading it. In fact, it was a week ago and I'm already starting to forget some elements about it. But it's about a girl who moves into a boarding school and she finds that things are a little amiss, like they usually are at boarding schools in YA books. So it was really good. It was definitely something I didn't expect. Do not read this blurb on the top. Do not read this blurb. It is super spoilery on the front cover of a book that is supposed to be a mystery. So don't read that. But it is definitely not what you're thinking. It's a pretty cool twist, actually. But just something wasn't there for me. I don't know what it was. I found that this book was worth reading. I definitely don't regret reading it. Yeah, I definitely don't regret reading it. I am glad I finally got to it because it's been on my shelves for forever. But it's definitely not worth putting in front of some of the other fantastic books that are out there currently. Because if you're like new to the YA world or new to reading or whatever, this book should not be something that you pick up first. Okay, I am Jessica with Chapter 6. This is what I read for the Bout of Books 11.0, and this is my first mashup book review. And I hope you guys liked it, and let me know if you guys would like us to do more book reviews this way. Yeah. We're hip. We're in it. It's very hard not to be shaky while I go over the book so slowly. Figaro, 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 Figaro.